Hello, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. My name is Rob and I'll be hosting this video. Welcome to Cubic Cars, welcome to 2022. What is it going to bring? World of pain? We hope not. I'm doing a video today because I promised myself I was going to start doing more communications like this coming through into 2022, because we've seen a bit of a turbulent time for lots of different reasons, but the motor trade in particular, it's been absolute carnage and chaos. And I kind of want to explain what's been going on. But what's triggered this is I was watching a program last night called How Much Is Your Car Worth? And there's some really valid points I kind of wanted to go through, but there's also something quite alarming. So just kind of signpost what we're going to do today. I'm going to tell you some really boring stuff about what's happening in the used car market, show you a video of a car revving, then give you some boring information about why I think it's happened, video of a car revving, a bit more boring information, walk around the showroom, show you some of the nice stock that we've got in, tell you what we're looking at doing moving forward as Cubic Cars. I'm doing these videos, number one, because I think it's a great way of communicating with our dozens of followers. Number two, because I said I was going to do more this year, and I'm going to actually stick to it. And number three, because I've got a lovely new lamp. Thanks, Mum. So, moving forward, used car prices, why have they gone up? Let's cut it short. No new cars. Why no new cars? No microchips to go in cars. What the hell's a microchip? I don't really know. Something that makes a car work. So it's to do with the infotainment system, all the kind of electronics in it. Shortage of those, shortage of supply, demand's the same, supply and demand, usual sort of story. There's no new cars, there's no new used cars, so the price is going to go up. Some cars have gone up by 60% over the last 2 years, which is a little bit alarming. So, what's going to happen? Oh, car revving, F-type. That's nice. So, what's going to happen moving forwards? Nobody really knows. The CEO of Auto Trader seems to think that we're going to continue to see a rise into 2022. I'll be inclined to agree with her. I don't think we're going to have a shoot up in prices like we had over the last 18 months or so. The reason I think we're still going to have a rise is twofold, and this is where it gets really boring, but I think actually really interesting and something to bear in mind for everything. Right, number one, the new car situation isn't changing. These chips haven't arrived yet. They're not flying loads of cars out. So that's not changing. So, I mean, for that reason alone, I think we're going to continue to see an increase in price. I don't think it's going to be mad like it's been over the last couple of years. Genuinely, I don't. But number two, and are you ready to be absolutely bored stiff? Here's an AMG revving. Nice. So, debt to asset ratio, really boring. Basically, the UK has a tremendous amount of debt, almost as much debt as I've got. So the debt sits up here and the value of assets sit down here. And basically what that means is there is a difference between how much is owed and how much we've actually got. Now, one thing you've probably seen on the news as well is that inflation's kind of shooting up as well. But what does that mean? So if inflation goes up, it increases the value of assets. So we've got this huge difference between how much we owe and what we've actually got that's worth any money. So I kind of think the government's letting it run on inflation. Hearing me? So what they might be doing is allowing the assets to kind of go up in value to kind of maybe not match the amount of debt. We're always having more debt than we've got in assets anyway. But it starts to make the UK look like a more viable investment for overseas companies. Brexit. Just thinking outside the box here. If assets are going up, then used car prices are going up. Are we going to see a crash in used car prices? I don't think so. And I think the reason for that is twofold. Number one, they ain't making any new cars. The situation isn't being saved at any point. It will eventually, but we're going to see, 500,000 new cars dump out quickly. No, especially with the amount of people that have been laid off, because companies have made the most out of this situation. Cynical, perhaps. So I don't think that's going to change, but I also don't think that because of this debt to asset ratio situation, I don't think that the government will allow us to have a crash. I think they'll continue to inflate prices. And as long as it continues to do it, it's probably not a bad thing for the economy and for us all as a whole moving forward. So, Maserati revving. I should never have sold that one. That was glory. Anyway, Rob. So that's kind of what I think's happening moving forward. I think we'll probably see a level off in used car prices. I think that's bound to happen at some point. But I think people are kind of holding back on buying a car, a used car, or a second-hand car, pre-loved. I think the problem that they're going to have is they're holding back thinking, they'll crash at some point. I don't think it's going to happen. But also think that the issue that they're having is they're missing the cars that are being sold. That's my 2 cents. I'm a car dealer. Obviously, I'm going to tell you that you should be buying cars now. So, that to one side, used car, new car, boring, yeah. There's something quite interesting in that programme as well, and it was to do with a chap that had bought a car online and never bloody got it, which is a little bit alarming really, because he bought it from what he presumed to be a car dealership that had a great reputation, good reviews on Companies House, limited business, all the usual stuff that you want to see when you're buying a car, but it never turned up. And it kind of got me thinking, where might he been able to change the situation that he ended up in? And first of all, you've got to feel sorry for this bloke. I mean, he's done everything properly. So basically, he's found a car online, BMW Z4, looks a nice thing to be fair, looked reasonably priced as well. Found it online and decided to email the business who owned the vehicle for sale to find out, you know, probably service history, all that sort of stuff. In fact, he did. That's what he said. Now, unfortunately, what happened is he had some nasty little hackers on one side that have intercepted the emails coming in and started replying to him, give us your money. And what they've basically done is they've taken the car sales process away from the dealership and started dealing with them themselves. And what they've actually done is sold the car to him. Or so he thought. What they did do is just take his money and then spend it. And the way that they did it is they provided him with bank details to send the money to secure the vehicle and have it delivered. Then transferred the money immediately out the account. And then by the time he'd gotten on to what was going on, there's nothing he could do about it. They really are rats, but unfortunately they're not going away. So what could he potentially have done differently? For me, the bank details thing might have been a giveaway. So I think traders who use a personal bank account, which I assume it was, or a bank account that hasn't got the same company name as the company that you're dealing with, that would be an alarm bell for me. Even when you check it online, it's going to show us verified bank details, but what's the name? So we're Cubic Cars, we use Cubic Cars Limited as banking, so it's quite easy to kind of tie the two together. So I guess that was the first thing, but I think the main thing that he could have done differently, ask for a video. So, you know, I'm interested in the car, I like the look of it, I can't get over to you because I'm 300 miles away, whatever it is, let me see the car physically. Then do a walk around video. They'll walk around it, they'll personalise it to you, you know the car's physical, they're talking to you direct, there's a bit of personalisation of that video. I think that's probably that could have been his saviour there. If you ask for a video from a car dealership and they're not willing to send it, that is an alarm bell. We do videos all the time, so we've sold cars over the last year. They've gone Northern Ireland, Scotland, Cornwall, Wales, kind of all over the UK. And every car that we've sold at a distance in that respect, we've always done a walk around video for them. So that's kind of something that I would suggest moving forwards. So here is a Subaru Impreza doing pops and bangs. Yes, smelly. So, what we're going to do now is do a quick walk around video of our unit with the lovely lighting in here as well that makes all the cars look pretty. But crucially, we work indoors as much as we can do, and the reason for that is because get a car inside, get it under LED lights, any blemishes, you're going to see it. So we want to see them so we can put them right, but we want a customer to be able to see that it hasn't got any, crucially. So here we go, 34 years old, first time using a selfie stick. Check me out, moving with the times. Let's take a look around the showroom as promised. So I'm going to show you kind of the projects we've got going on in there. There's some interesting things, not just cars for sale, and talk you through kind of what we've got. So we've got cars outside, but the ones inside are kind of most interesting. Mind you saying that's a couple of belters coming in. So anyway, talk you through what we've got. Oh, it's cold. So first of all, for sale, Mini Moto, bought it on eBay, drunk, thought it looked cool, 150 quid, take it away, don't drink gin and go on eBay. Looking at some of the stock then, so we've got Misano Red Audi Rs3, beautiful car, it's got loads of services, she's been serviced every year, low owners, it's got a Miltech on there, 400 horsepower, complete weapon of a car, I've been using that over the Christmas period myself, and yeah, complete animal. Lovely car, lovely spec, AMG. I love an AMG product. So this one is a C63. It's premium, so it means it's got the pan roof, it's got nap leather inside, it's also got Burmeister sound system, which is basically the new version of Harman Kardon, what Mercedes has chosen to use. Really nice wheels on here as well. And it has got only 24,000 miles from new. 2 owners, full Mercedes history, just a gearbox oil change on it as well. Things hardly moved, it's basically new. So that's for sale. We've got a W204 C63. Love them. So these ones, that one's got a 4-litre bi-turbo in, this one's got a 6.2-litre V8 naturally aspirated engine, 450 horsepower. They sound insane. They're absolutely bonkers. It's actually got a Miltech cross pipe on it as well, which doesn't decat it, gets rid of a couple of silencers. Sounds glorious. It is on the website, but it kind of isn't for sale. And the reason for that is I've got a project in mind for that car. So I've ordered a couple of bits, more news to follow. I'm a petrol head at heart, not a businessman, and we've got some plans with that thing. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, here's another financial mistake. Subaru Impreza owes me the world, isn't worth the world, not for sale. Next car, Mazda Mx-5. This has done about 17,000 miles, a couple of owners, loads of Mazda service history with it. Probably a car you buy in spring and summer. You want to buy it now, do you a belting deal. Getting into spring, that is going to fly out the door. It's a proper nice, clean example. More AMG. E63 AMG. Apologies if the camera's getting shaky, but my arms are just starting to hurt a little bit there. Pathetic, 34, getting old. E63, so let's talk about this car. So this car has got a belting service history. The last guy that owned it was a proper petrol head and proper enthusiast. He only used Miller's oils. He's done 2 gearbox oil changes in the time that he's had it. I think he did about 30,000 miles in it. He's due another one, he just did it. Really nice car, it's been blacked out but done nicely and subtly. Lovely wheels on there, wrapped with Pirelli P0 tyres. Black on black, so black leather interior. It's got a pan roof, Harman Kardon sound system. It is the facelift. It sounds incredible. 5.5 litre, 550 horsepower. All at the rear wheels, complete weapon. Next one, Audi S4. So this one's just come in, so it's got to go through prep. So just so you know, that's not yet for sale, that's not yet for sale, and that's not yet for sale. But if you want to get in touch, I'll sell them all day long, not a problem, but we've got to get through the process properly. Audi S4, so this one's finished in the colour to have, Daytona grey. So it has got a pan roof, leather interior, nice tints in the windows. It's got flat bottom steering wheel, heated leather, not just leather. It has got as well, so the last guy, again, bit of a petrol head, is put on these Revo forged wheels. So even though this car is a black edition, so it's got like, black around the windows, etc., and bigger wheels, he's gone with the 19-inch Revo forged wheels with Continental tyres. Just really suits the car, and they're really nice wheels. Also, check this out. Look at that for a set of warpers. Miltech, very nice. We love a Miltech. They're just, if you want an exhaust, they're not too garish. They're just done properly. You see those brakes? Oh yeah, Alcon brakes. So that is a really nice car. He's had a map on it as well, so it's got like a supercharger wine on it. It's just adorable. Beautiful. So that's some of the stuff we've got inside. There's loads of stuff outside as well. Plenty more to go through the process. It wasn't the purpose of the video, but I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more entertaining than just sitting there and talking garbage at you. But I think some of the things I've said are important. Take care out there. There's people trying to take your money, not for the right reasons. We do it differently. You can come in, touch them, feel them, enjoy them, get your bum on the seat, take it out for a test drive, have a coffee, have a chat. But crucially, stay safe and see you soon.